what's goody, boys and girls? I'm gonna bring you guys like basically the top 5 tips inside Midnight Ghost Hunt. You can use them for hunters or ghosts. We're gonna go over iframes. We're gonna go over doors. We're gonna go over throwing your voice. We're gonna go over with how the props have to be upright. If that makes sense, I'm gonna explain it in the video, and trust me, it's gonna make your job so much easier finding ghosts. Guarantee. Just hang out, stick around. Like I said, it'll be 5 tips. No edits, no script. So just bear with me. Trust me, you're gonna learn a lot. I'm level 72. I didn't play casuals, scrims. It was a tournament 2 days ago. Like, you know what I mean? I've been labbing this game, so you know I'm gonna give this information out to the community for free, and hopefully, you know, everyone just have a better time with the game. So stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna make this short, simple, and pretty quick. I'm gonna give out some tips that the game really don't teach you, and I think the community's missing out on a lot of important information. For example, one thing a prop hunt, if you notice, like the ghost can only be in props that's standing upright. So you see how he's inside this chair? It has to stand upright. If I knock all these down, another thing you can do is kick chairs. So if you kick them, or if you just run through them, physics would like take over. Now the one chair he's in, I can't kick. Notice when I hit interact, nothing happens. So this is a good way to like indicate a ghost. Now I could shoot him, I could call my team, I could act like I don't know he's there, you know what I mean? Because most people don't know this mechanic, and I do this all the time. So I could tell my team, y'all, he's a chair, and then we go group up and kill him. Like, now another thing you could do as a ghost, come to this chair real quick right here, True. See it? Now, like I said, every time a ghost goes inside an item, it's always going to stand upright. So when first time I walk into this gym, these chairs standing upright, he could be any one of these chairs. The chairs that's laying down, I know it's not him. So many times I see people just coming in the room, shooting everything. So that kind of lets you know if you have like a, you know, a beginner player. You know what I mean? You can take advantage of that. That's why what I like to do is set up all the items that look the same and make sure they're in upright position. So, you know, that eliminates them just going around shooting the shits that's standing upright. You know what I mean? Another thing you could do too, like right now I could pull out radar. Another technique, I see a lot of people bring out radar and they just walk with radar out, going like, you know, standard speed. That slows down the search. What you want to do is bunny hop. If you bunny hop, the radar stays out all the time and you maintain maximum speed. Notice how it's going up? So that way you can clear the whole gym at maximum speed rather than just walking out like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a good tip for the radar players out there. Next thing I want to bring out is the microphone, spectrophone, whatever it's called, doesn't matter. You definitely want to run 2 of these, like one radar, one microphone at minimum if you're playing like sweaty matches. The reason why is because you can just go like this. You see how, look, right off the gate, I mean, obviously I know where he's at because, you know, he's still the chair, but look how far the range is. It's like maximum range. So now I could communicate to my team they're in a gym, guarantee. There's no reason to check all these rooms or any of that. Like, just calm to your team. I got sounds in the gym, and they're on. Your whole team should be playing gym. Cutting off the ezerts to make sure he can't fully charge, max out. Now, once when I get the, you know, the general area, that's when the radar guy should come over. You know, obviously spam F, kick everything. When he gets hot, he can calm to the team, and you play off that. All right, so just a few more tips. Another thing, when you're going against like more sweaty hunters and they're really good at tracking, regardless if it's the microphone or spectrophone or the radar, corruption is really good. Corruption gives sound effects. So if they're in the microphone or headphones, whatever you want to call it, the corrupted items will pick up the corruption, and so will the radar. So this is really good at baiting people into like thinking that a ghost is actually there when you're not there. So for example, a ghost can corrupt like 2-3 items in a gym, but don't necessarily need to be in the gym to play the gym. So when a team pulls up to the gym and they start getting like, you know, some signals, you know, they might be thinking they're onto a ghost and they're not, you know what I mean? They're just like hunting around the corrupt. Now, like I said before, if you want a big brain and mastermind and get the most out of corrupt, see if this chair is corrupted, right? As an experienced hunter, I would never fall for this. Like the chair's down right and I'm getting signal. I obviously know it's either corrupted or like he's just not the chair, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to interact with that at all. So if you are running corrupt, you want to corrupt items that's upright at all times. Another thing you could do too is get into these smaller items, corrupt them, and hide them, like in the bleachers or something like that. So when a player goes to like, you know, see like this random ass bowler popcorn in the bleachers and it's corrupted, the radar's going off, you're gonna assume that it's a ghost. So that just buys time for the ghost, you know what I mean, and kill the hunter time. So that's just another like strategy you could use. All right, so another tip in the startup phase, you get like 90 seconds or so. You can do things like barricade the staircase, rooms, and that, like, believe it or not, it helps out a lot. Like between like the hunters having to shoot it down or just the crap being in their way, it's really useful. Like, for example, like if you're running and you don't have a prop, you could just phase through it. Most of the time, like the hunters will clip, going in and out of doors and goes for them. That matters. Like for example, like you could just block the door here. So when they would try to go through the door, you put something heavy, it'd just be real janky and wonky for them. And remind you, like I said, you can just always go through everything. Another tip, you want an iframe, like to avoid damage. My boy Chu's gonna be entering the gym pretty soon, so I can show you like what I mean. Another thing, you can never die in a prop. Like, doesn't matter what HP you have, you can't die in a prop. The prop has to die, and you have to take a source of damage while you're in ghost form. So my boy Chu's here right now. Sort of shotgun, OP. See, look, now I'm at 10 damage. I go in the chair has 15. I'm at 7. Like, you can never die. So that's like a tip. And the reason why this tip is so important, you have to have like your escape already planned out. You have to know what room you're going to play, and you want to be in a room with a shit ton of props, like when you're in these like weird circumstances. Because like I'm in this chair, I know he's going to one-shot me. I need to get right into the next chair. While you're entering something, you can't take any damage. So if you guys are familiar with iframes, is immunity basically. You always want to be in a situation where you have a bunch of props next to you, so you could constantly iframe. That's when like automatic weapons such as the flamethrower come in, and even the splash damage weapon, because it's like it's rapid fire basically. You know what I mean? So you could kind of counter the iframes with those kind of weapons. Another tip, sort of shotgun is really meta right now. A lot of people are using it. What you kind of want to do, some people use extended mag, which give 3 bullets. Some people don't, which is 2. If you can count out the shots, the minute they have to reload on their last shot, you can fight them. You know what I mean? You could definitely out damage them. You just got to be like real like aware of it. Same thing with the harpoon gun. The harpoon gun does like 15 damage total. So the whole duration of you chaining me down, if it's one-on-one, I can just like slap you, which is 24 damage. So yeah, that's just another tip. All right, the last few tips to sum it up. All right, we have health orbs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the health orbs, but throughout the game, health orbs will randomly spawn. You know what I mean? So like if you took some damage, you escape, you're low HP, you kind of want to go into roaming mode or have your team roam. Someone needs to roam and find these health orbs. Like if you're low, you just grab the health orb. You know what I mean? So like that's super important. Another thing to do, like if you're dead, you have the abilities in the game to haunt people. I'm gonna go to the striding real quick. Yeah, so you have the abilities to haunt people. You have things like cold spot. You have health orb, so your teammates can actually drop you health. That's super like important. A lot of times people die, they go AFK or they start spectating. Like just because you're dead, you're not out the game. You have to start haunting people for sure. If someone's using the Pathfinder, which finds footsteps, you obviously want to use the Forced Trail. If you notice they have radars, like a lot of people have skins. You see Professor running radar, you want to have someone on cold spot staying close to the Professor. Whenever he pops out that radar, you should be cold spotting him. You know what I mean? Same thing, chill stops people from chasing, stops them from sprinting. Hallucination, I feel like this is for the microphone. I actually got to try this out, but we need more players to try this out. Push and shove is really not that valuable when people start playing the game way more and you go against like higher tier players. Like these two are kind of useless. You won't really like bait no one with these. Shove is good for maps at the top, like when there's like a tippy top, like ghost ship, graveyard. The shove is okay because like high-end hunters will have someone posted at the top at all times. So if you're dead, you could push them off the edge or the cliff or whatever, push them into the water, they take damage, or just push them out the graveyard. That's the only time those are pretty useful. But you definitely want to be rocking chill spot, health orb, and maybe chill for like majority of the time. Most people don't use Pathfinder. Pathfinder is really good when their team is running corrupt, because Pathfinder show you all the corrupted items. I forgot to mention that in the corruption portion.